my brain works in a way that's a little bit different from the
That yours.
majority.
Yes.
Yeah, so neurodivergent, we're actually even now getting away from neurodivergent, meaning a list of
Mm.
diagnoses. Neurodivergent, it would be kind of, oh, you have autism and ADHD and dyslexia and dysgraphia and acquired brain injury, and there's a whole lot of things. Any kind of difference in the brain that's really a disability because of that difference in a brain. But we're even moving away from that and realizing things like ADHD and autism are almost the same thing. They're highly genetically and biologically interrelated.
Mm.
But you can just be very much expressing ADHD. That's me. So I'm ADHD, autistic and ADHD, but I'm very ADHD. ADHD affects my life more than my
Yeah.
autism. But there's plenty of people the other way around. And it's most common if you're autistic, you're also ADHD. So we're realizing that, for example, neurodivergent can be, my exec function works really differently. It's much harder for me to plan things and organize ahead. It may mean that I have really high anxiety, which is also a huge crossover with autism, and I'm very sensitive in ways, not just sensitivity to, things like whether someone likes me or not, but it's also like my ears hear things louder than other
Louder.
people hear them. My dopamine regulation, so ADHD means that if I'm bored, I can't do any tasks in front of me, but if I'm interested in something and passionate, I can focus for hours. So ADHD is a terrible title for that. I might find it hard to not everyone's wired to read easily.
Yes.
Some people don't acquire phonemes and how they go together. We call that dyslexia. We call all these things disorders,
Yes.
but they're just brains that work differently.
Different.
So autism is one type of way of being neurodivergent, and there are many, many others. So neurodivergent is not autistic, and people combine them, but autistic is autistic.
Yes.
Neurodivergent is more of an umbrella term, and neurodiverse is everyone. Neurodiversity means you and me and not Romeo, all human brains.
Because it's the used term for, the disorder. That's why as soon as we said neurodiversity, I was like, that is what in my mind. But then now you explained it. Now it's like, oh my God, it's so true that we all different in like every way, right? And why shouldn't our brain function should be different as well?
That's right. And then when we get to neurodiversity,